I said, sup, you fuckers. Yeah, it's me, Boom Mozaika. What I want to talk today is a very specific topic, is important. I think that is the most important topic of self development. And it's not the most covered, but it's definitely the most important. And what it is, if you cannot be sincere with yourself, you will never progress in life. You will be stuck in your own lies. You'll be stuck in your own delusions. And this is something that you really doesn't want, right? So I want to divide things by four. So there will be four levels of being sincere to yourself, where half of them will be more in the side of being insincere, and the other half will be more in the part of being true to yourself, like telling the truth to the being that needs to hear it the most. You fucker. Yeah. So the thing is, the first level of being sincere to yourself is about pretty much deception. You live in a delusion that you made to yourself, but you are in this delusion because you are hiding from the truth, right? So there will be no need for lies if the truth wasn't that hard, right? I believe that maybe even if the truth isn't that high for some other person's standards, for yours is it's impossible to accept, right? So the first step, you know what is right, but you fail to acknowledge it in a way that even if a person tell you in your face, you're not gonna accept it. You won't even change the way you think. You even will think about it. You will just completely ignore it. You will hide, or maybe you will even explode. Second level, second level of being sincere to yourself is pretty much about having this spark inside you. This it's like something in your back that you need to scratch. It hurts, but you are not ready to accept it anyway. So it's pretty much more in that nuance where you already know a thing, you are hiding from it, you're hiding from the truth, you're hiding from yourself, but you do not talk to yourself about it. So you can I highly believe that there is a different way of thinking that do not use words. And this is quick thinking, that is something that we don't really talk about it, but is a way to thinking without using words. So when you perceive something, if you do not use the voice of your head, that is not you. If you do not use the voice of your head to try to comprehend this shit, this fast fast thinking, know the truth, but you don't talk about it, not even to yourself. So if someone else comes to you and show this truth, throw this reality in your face, you will think about it in words, but not your words, their words. And it's not good, because you need to be able to describe how things are inside you to yourself with a level of sincerity that benefits you, that makes you progress. And this is not it. Okay, next step, next level, third level is about talking to yourself. So now you are in the other side of the spectrum. You already are capable of talking to yourself about your problems. So a thing that I do, and you can call it crazy, but I haven't promised you that I wasn't, right? Is you can make a alter ego and talk with your alter ego. So I am Brazilian and my native language is Portuguese. But when I doesn't do it that much anymore because I don't need it so much. But previously in my life, I used to do it. Like I used to change my voice to a deeper voice, and I will show you. It's pretty much like this. So yeah, maybe you got. If I had the courage to post this shit, you have a little bit of my deep voice, who talk to myself, and this alter ego that you can create. I haven't even gave a name to it, but I have a friend who created a whole show about it, like, but only for himself, no record, no videos. He would even dress like a psychiatrist, not psychiatrist, is an analyst. He would dress like an analyst to analyze himself, and he gave it a personality and a name to it, and it was called Dr. Edwardson. Not exactly it, but if my friends see this video one day, he will get it. So Dr. Edwardson were like a guy who wear glasses, was a little bit more serious than my friend really is. He's like serious business. Let's talk about it. Let's solve these things. And this friend of mine are really emotional. So he told me that he would cry many times talking to this Dr. Edwardson. And the sessions were like weekly, and things got really deep so quick that after like 2 months of this self therapy in a crazy way, in a schizophrenic way maybe, he discontinued the process because he thought that was already enough solved, so he could go to the next steps, next phases of his life with this new knowledge that he got about himself, from himself, because of this auto therapy that he did. So crazy talk, crazy shit, but there's people are like this. And when you're talking about the mind, your mind are amazing. The possibilities that your mind can create to itself and to the world are unimaginable. So I wonder, what can you do to benefit your own life with your own mind? Yeah, that's pretty cool. But remember, we are talking about the stage 3. You are still talking. If another person comes at you and spits the truth in your face, what you're gonna do is hold yourself and think about it later. So you will collect that thoughts and think about it later, because you want to understand if that was true or not. You want to acknowledge it if it's true, because you know that it's beneficial to you to understand yourself more. So this third person perspective can be really great for you, maybe, if it's truth, if it's reality. So you need to analyze, right? So that's it. Fourth step. Yeah, the fourth step. No, the fourth stage of being sincere to yourself is what I call the supreme acceptance. It's a concept that I myself created. I am the inventor of this shit. And it's a state where you can accept everything about life and about yourself. So it's a state that make a link between accepting life and accepting yourself. It's not only about yourself anymore. It's about everything. It's about how things happen. It's about life in itself. To achieve this level of self-acceptance, of this conscious, you need to have a bunch of tools to kind of filter reality in a way that it doesn't hurt you anymore. Things that would otherwise really hurt you personally deeply are just things about life now. It's about a big and great c'est la vie, and not c'est la vie, but yeah, c'est la vie. It's pretty much that. I can explain this with more words. I can do it better, but for now, what's really important about this supreme acceptance is that if another person, comes at you and spits the truth in your face, you will not feel hurt by the thing. You already know yourself enough to know if that thing is real or not. And if you doubt, you can be okay with your doubt. You don't be like, oh, I don't know, I'm lost control of my self-esteem and shit. No, you would just be, yeah, this maybe can be true, but even if it's true, okay, that's okay. I'm a human, don't expect me to be perfect, you fucker, So you just okay. You just be okay. Okay, problems and shit. Yeah, I have problems. I will solve them as much as I can with the time that I have. But now what I'm doing right now? Oh, I'm doing this because this is important, so I'm going to do this. So you not be overthinking about your problems. In the moment that you don't have the time for it, you will think about your problems and your internal stuff when you are in the moment for it. So you are way more mature in all this thing about being sincere to yourself. What is the great thing? Why is this so important for being sincere to yourself, for telling the truth for this person that is you? Why? All the other techniques and tests and all the other things that you learn in self-improvement will not function in you if you are not sincere to yourself. Crazy, right? You know what? You know why? I tell you. Because if you understand that you have a problem and may look for psychological help and therapy, the therapy level is the third level. Yeah, the third level. Because in the fourth level, you kind of don't need therapy, but you can go to therapy to help about specific stuff. But there's not a bunch of things, a great baggage in your back, that, a bunch of things that need to be solved. No, most of the things are solved in the fourth step already. So maybe you can go to therapy to understand how it is, to help, to help yourself. But it's not deeply necessary. It becomes maybe necessary, maybe just useful, maybe just a tool, not like you need to go to the hospital to heal a bunch of stuff. No, you just go find a little bit more of help. What's great, it's a humility that is amazing. You're being humble, maybe you're being humble, don't know. But people who are usually in therapy are what I call this third level of being sincere to themselves. If you are not sincere to yourself, all the knowledge that you get from self-improvement will be stuck in a kind of no place, because you are lacking the main tool that would help you to do something, that is understand yourself. Maybe you think that you have a problem, but you don't want to accept that your problem is way deeper than you think, or you just have a different problem that you do not let yourself thinking about it. So how can you solve the problem? You see a result of a cause that is unknown to you. You are trying to fight a demon that you don't know where is, You don't know what it's made of, you know. So how can you win? You won't win. That's the problem. So the main thing, the first thing in self-improvement is the hardest. That is learning to be sincere to yourself. You don't need to reach the actually not only you don't need, you won't reach the fourth level all of a sudden. It's something that take years, you know, but something that is really worthwhile to seek for. Because if you don't, there will always be something that concerns you in a way that make you stuck in your life, and you don't want it, right? No one wants it. So what I always wanted is to solve a problem that I always thought that I had in my head, I had in my life. And I just seek knowledge, you know, and a bunch of videos, a bunch of books that I've read, and no one have like much of effect. They did help me a little, just a little, but did not really solve my problem. So what's really changed the game for me was going after this self acceptance, but not accepting my mistakes and yeah, I'm like this. No, no, no. It's not about that. It's about yo, I am like this. I am like this. What can I do about it? Can I do something about it now? Do I need to do something about it now? Do I must do something about it now? And if it's a yes, that's your priority. Your priority. All these social skills are really necessary for you to succeed in life. You can be a rare case where you don't need to be really social to succeed in life. You know, you can be like a complete outcast, and you know, make a buck, you know, and live and you know have what you want. But most people will need to learn how to be social in a way that our generation, Gen Z, quite didn't learn, you know. And accepting it is probably the most difficult step. It's not that the other steps are going to be easy, but this step, whoa, fuck, this is difficult, really difficult. Because most times the problem is in a place that you specifically don't want to look at. You don't want to look at. Don't look at this problem. You want to look at other problems. You want to try to solve other problems because it's a way to deflect yourself from looking to what's really holding you. Yeah, it's kind of the episode of Doctor Who where there was kind of a crack in the universe, and this crack would destroy the universe, and it was in a room, Amelia's Pound room, and she never knew this room was there. It's why it's were just a side of her letter, and she spent her whole teenage years, her whole life to that point without realizing that that room were in her house. No one ever realized that she was there, but it was always there. So when Doctor realized it hides here, quite here. So if I do this to you, you will not understand it because you are seeing the screen, right? But if you put your own hand just about the place that where your peripheral vision cannot look anymore, but you can see just a little bit, just a piece of it, it's there. And when you look at there, It's always here. It's kind of a phantom following you everywhere you go, everything that you do. It's pretty much also about this shadow work that Jung talked about a lot. And this shadow work is pretty much that, is you accepting that most probably the thing that you want to avoid the most is pretty much a part of yourself. Yeah. So that's it for today's. You focus, yeah, and I want to wish you the best, you know? Yeah, how can I end the video? I need to think about it. I never really thought about how to end a video. I'm just learning how to do a video, and my mic is like going down, right? Yeah, we are learning stuff. We are learning stuff, you know. See you next time. Bob Mosaica turns off.
Hi. So, you gonna keep hiding? Are you gonna keep hiding, really? You know what is necessary. You think that you don't know what is necessary, right? It's strange to me because it's deeply personal to just talk like this. I can't even do it right way, the way I do it to myself. So it's vibrating in a strange way, but when I'm alone and I go through this process of using this voice to be the voice who asks, where my normal voice would be the voice who answers truthfully. So this voice are the person who already knows but need to be confessed to. So while in this position, if I try to answer, I answer that I deeply know that is untrue. I will answer again. I will find a way to make myself say it, even if not out loud, but it's necessary. So I created this alter ego to make me go through this process. And yeah, that's it. Now I don't need it so much anymore, so I rarely talk to myself like this, but it's something that I used to do, and it, as crazy as it sounds, it helped me a lot.